Brilliance Audio presents The Black Echo, Special Edition, by Michael Connelly, performed by Titus Welliver. The boy couldn't see in the dark, but he didn't need to. Experience and long practice told him it was good, nice and even. Smooth strokes moving his whole arm, while gently rolling his wrist. Keep the marble moving. No runs. Beautiful. He heard the hiss of the escaping air and could sense the roll of the marble. They were sensations that were comforting to him. The smell reminded him of the sock in his pocket, and he thought about getting high. Maybe after, he decided. He didn't want to stop now. Not until he had finished the tag with one uninterrupted stroke. But then he stopped, when the sound of an engine was heard above the hiss of the spray can. He looked around, but saw no light save for the moon's silvery white reflection on the reservoir and the dim bulb above the door of the pump house, which was midway across the dam. But the sound didn't lie. There was an engine approaching. Sounded like a truck to the boy, and now he thought he could hear the crunching of tires on the gravel access road that skirted the reservoir. Coming closer. Almost 3 a.m, and someone was coming. Why? The boy stood up and threw the aerosol can over the fence toward the water. He heard it chink down in the brush, short of the mark. He pulled the sock from his pocket and decided just one quick blow to give himself balls. He buried his nose in the sock and drew in heavily on the paint fumes. He rocked back on his heels, and his eyelids fluttered involuntarily. He threw the sock over the fence. The boy stood his motorbike up and wheeled it across the road, back toward the tall grass and the bottle brush and pine trees at the base of the hill. It was good cover, he thought, and he'd be able to see what was coming. The sound of the engine was louder now. He was sure it was just a few seconds away, but he didn't see the glow of headlights. This confused him, but it was too late to run. He put the motorbike down in the tall brown grass and stilled the free-spinning front wheel with his hand. Then he huddled down on the earth and waited for whatever and whoever was coming. Harry Bosch could hear the helicopter up there, somewhere, above the darkness, circling up in the light. Why didn't it land? Why didn't it bring help? Harry was moving through a smoky, dark tunnel, and his batteries were dying. The beam of the flashlight grew weaker every yard he covered. He needed help. He needed to move faster. He needed to reach the end of the tunnel before the light was gone and he was alone in the black. He heard the chopper make one more pass. Why didn't it land? Where was the help he needed? When the drone of the blades fluttered away again, he felt the terror build, and he moved faster, crawling on scraped and bloody knees, one hand holding the dim light up, the other pawing the ground to keep his balance. He did not look back, for he knew the enemy was behind him in the black mist. Unseen, but there, and closing in. When the phone rang in the kitchen, Bosch immediately woke. He counted the rings, wondering if he had missed the first one or two, wondering if he had left the answering machine on. He hadn't. The call was not picked up, and the ringing didn't stop until after the required 8 rounds. He absent-mindedly wondered where that tradition had come from. Why not 6 rings? Why not 10? He rubbed his eyes and looked around. He was slumped in the living room chair again, the soft recliner that was the centerpiece of his meager furnishings. He thought of it as his watch chair. This was a misnomer, however, because he slept in the chair often, even when he wasn't on call. Morning light cut through the crack in the curtains and slashed its mark across the bleached pine floor. He watched particles of dust floating lazily in the light near the sliding glass door. The lamp on the table next to him was on, and the TV against the wall, its sound very low, was broadcasting a Sunday morning Jesus show.